Good morning, gamers. We're just gonna get right into it. Oh, timer. What's up, Bastion? How you doing? What's up, Felipe? The climb indeed continues, ZX. Well, I'm going for 5 IV, not 6. I'm not doing, I'm not going for a 5 IV Pokemon in the wild. I'm going for a 5 IV bred. So what I'm doing is going for, right now I'm looking for a 2 IV Ditto without hacking or RNGing. And then I'm going to look for a 2 IV other parent. The other Pokemon I aim for is going to depend on like what I end up getting on the Ditto. Like if I get a perfect special attack Ditto, I'm going to go for a what's the lamp guy? Chandelure. And then if I get a perfect attack Ditto, I will go for a Darmanitan or Durant. You know what the weird part about the foggy areas is they don't do anything. Good morning, Danius. Like in Gen 4, foggy areas require you to use defog to prevent moves from missing. But I just showered, by the way. I didn't spill water all over myself like a baby. I just showered and I didn't dry myself off very good. Because this is in Under Armour. Well, you know, they're not just aesthetic. They're not just aesthetic, by the way. They have a you can't use Sweet Scent if the fog is active. You can't use Sweet Scent if the fog is active, so you have to use a trick to get rid of it. You guys can hear me, right? Surely you can. Yep. It's actually like that in all games. Sweet Scent can never be used in inclement weather. So, if it's raining... if it's raining or any other weather, as far as I remember, in every game, you can't use Sweet Scent. Like, even... Actually, that might have... Did that change in ORAS? Yo, what up, Beatus? That might have changed in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, because I remember... I always preferred EV training in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire because in X and Y, you can't, if it rains on certain routes, you can't EV train because those are like, if it's raining on and you can't do anything to fix it. Are you using Max Repel only? I'm not only searching for Ditto level 55, but it makes Ditto more common because it's removing the other encounters. So the encounters on this route are like, there is a Pillow Swine and then there's a Clefairy that are also here at like level 53 and level 54. And so using Max Repel cuts them out and only puts Ditto makes Ditto more available. Battlefront just kicking your ass. I tuned into your stream a little bit the other day. Like 2 days ago, I tuned into your stream, I think. I am intending to breed either Chandelure or Darmanitan, I think is the plan. I haven't decided yet, because it depends on what the Ditto informs me. Ooh, was that a critical capture? I actually didn't even realize crit captures were in Black and White 1. thought there was a black and white 2 feature. Okay, not perfect HP. I believe special... No, nothing's perfect, actually. They're all garbage. Yeah, this is from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. My wife and I started it. We haven't finished it, but it's really good. The quick ball success rate has been low. I think maybe like, it's been low. I don't know what the actual number is, but it's not. It's getting to a point where I want to start switching to Breloom on turn 1, but my wife and I are playing Little Big Planet right now together. The first one. She liked it a lot when she was growing up, so we've been playing it. And I'm playing through Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. I'm playing through the whole Future series until I'm done, and then I'm gonna get the new game. Well, because we recently set up the center console in the living room. A center console, like basically, okay. So like, I moved here on my birthday, which was in June, like late June. Then my wife arrived here July like 2nd or something. And then she literally went to work, not even joking. She went to work the very next day. So we moved several states over. It was a 9.5-hour drive. We both drove. And then she immediately went to work. And so we've only been able to unpack on the weekends. And so we finally got set up and unpacked the full living room, the full office. Like 50% of the bedroom is done. Our place is basically almost all the way set up. That's a lot of hours in the Little Big Planet too. Ooh, that's perfect HP. Ooh, this might be it. This might be it. I think HP and speed are potentially perfect. So let's go investigate. But yeah, I also don't think Canada would have been any faster. Let's see. Googling. Let's find out how long it took me to where I used to live. I don't think Canada would have been any faster because going up through, like, if you look on the map, going up through, like, you could go through the south of Pennsylvania. Yeah, well, Central, like, it's through Central Michigan to Boston. Interesting. I don't know. Because, so, like, there's ways, like, if you go through, right, the way it has me leave is I leave south, I go through Toledo, I drive through Cleveland, and then at Cleveland, I can either go north through New York, and then I could go through, like, northern New York, like Syracuse, or, like, through Erie, Binghamton, Syracuse, and then south back down to where I live. Or I could just go south from Cleveland and then go all the way through Pennsylvania to where I lived. And going north is actually the same exact speed as going south. So I don't know that going through, like, London would be any faster. I lived pretty south New York. I was only, like, if you assume there was no traffic, if there was no traffic, I would probably say I was like 45 minutes out of New York City. But there was always traffic, so, well, I could get out without traffic. What do we got here? Potential is above average. HP. And its speed stat. No! They're both 30! Are you kidding me? So, I did get 2 of the same stat. HP and speed are both 30 instead of 31. Unfortunate. It's 2 30s. I can't believe they were both the same. And this one's garbage, right? Yeah. We'll reset. I do. Danius. I mean, the thing is, I do consider Trick Room perfect for 0 speed, but it's like, it depends on the Pokemon. There are going to be certain Pokemon that aren't going to want 0 speed. There are going to be Pokemon in the base 50 to base, like, 60 speed tier, where you're going to want to run... You're going to want to run, like, some variant... Like, there are like, for example, a Pokemon like Snorlax. You could probably run max speed Snorlax to, like, outspeed certain Pokemon out of Trick Room, but then you'll still be slower than everything else in Trick Room. Stuff like that, you know? So Trick Room has a lot more, especially in BGC, Trick Room has a lot more variety than just going for 0 speed. Whereas if you're doing singles, you basically only want 0 speed because there is no... Trick Room is not like a... In singles, Trick Room is like a very brute force strategy. It's basically, you have a dedicated Trick Room setters, at least 2 of them, and then you have several... The rest of your team is basically Pokemon who can just take advantage of Trick Room, and they are always going to want to be min speed because they are not going to be trying to function in scenarios that aren't Trick Room. Like, and if they are doing that, the way you handle that is by giving them priority moves. Like, Crawdaunt is a very popular Trick Room Pokemon, for example, right? Crawdaunt is basically always going to be running Aqua Jet. You're going to run Aqua Jet so that you have the ability to function outside of Trick Room. You're not going to be worrying about the stats, right? Oh. Yeah, I'm not going for any hidden powers because it would be too long. Ruby and Sapphire are the only games that are affected by the clock. It's possible to RNG manipulate with the clock, but it's annoying. Emerald, the clock doesn't matter. This is like the doctor experimenting on themselves because they have no subject. I'll just try the serum on myself and become the Green Goblin. I can't go back to formula. What up, Kabir? Oh, my... You know, I thought my camera was being weird. I forgot to put it in the proper position. What up, Geometric? I'm pretty good. What about you? I answered this question multiple times already, SV. Nice, congratulations. I can't believe I just walked one step. Highest amount of IVs I've encountered in a static in Gen 3. I've never done it in Gen 3. Most of my soft resetting for statics is from a Gen 4. I could probably dig up that save file and tell you. Let's see. I love this song so much. Original Japanese Platinum should be in here. Let's see what I got. These are my hacked Pokemon. This Weevil's not hacked. Let's see. Okay, I reset for this Darkrai. So I reset for a Darkrai and Diamond using the Void glitch. That has 2 IVs. Why is this a Zelfie leap? Swipe. This Shaman is Hidden Power Fighting 69. Pretty strong. But its IVs are bad. What's this as elf? This elf is really bad. I EV trained this thing. Holy moly. I can't believe I EV trained this as elf. It's so terrible. This Yuxi got. This Yuxi's also terrible. Oh my gosh. Dude, I was accepting anything back then. Okay. It looks like the most I soft reset for a static encounter was 2 IVs, which was this Darkrai. Nope, nothing here. But for breeds, I've definitely done 3 IV breeds before. I have a couple here. See. I have this Dusk Noir, who I bred an Emerald, who's 2 perfect IVs. I know I bred a Zangoose in Emerald at some point. I don't know if I have it. Oh, here it is. This Zangoose has perfect attack, perfect defense, and perfect speed. I bred this in Emerald when I was like 14. It looks like my Salamence is also 3 perfect IVs. I bred the Salamence. It's got perfect special attack, special defense, and speed. I prefer Black and White 1. I think it's a better game. This Crobat is 2 perfect IV. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that Eon Mega is hacked for sure. Infernape is 3 perfect IV. This Gliscor is also 3 perfect IV. This Quagsire's 3 perfect IV. Arrows 2 IV. 3 perfect IV Apom. Ambipom, whatever. It looks like the most I read for in Gen 4 was 3. Although I'm pretty sure I have a 5 perfect IV somewhere. Or 4 perfect IV, excuse me. Where's the Vullaby that I tried to breed? Did I send them all up in the bank? I think I transferred all my breedables up into bank. Well, I found a 3 perfect IV Vullaby. Another 3 perfect IV Vullaby. I'm not getting any Dittos. What the heck? It's not on one, don't worry about it. Dude, come on. Garbage Vullaby. I have no idea where it is then. Okay, back to reading chat. You ever traveled to Australia? Nope. I've only been to very few countries outside of America. I've been to Canada. I have been to the Bahamas, and I have been to Italy. I believe that is it. Technically, I've been to the United Kingdom because I was in Heathrow for a transfer to Italy. But I didn't go out of it. I live in Oz. It's very nice. You should come. I genuinely think I will never travel to Australia because my wife has a horrible fear of spiders. It is like so real. I actually genuinely don't think she would ever go there. I think she's too afraid of spiders to ever go to Australia. I'm interested in going to Australia, but she is like so afraid of spiders. Like when she sees one, she has to like literally like calm down for like 20 minutes. I don't know. She watched a video of an Australian YouTuber who had like huntsmen's just kind of being chilling in his spiders. Like, yeah, so maybe I'll be able to convince her one day, but
Holy shit, we did it.
Oh, shit. Wait. I didn't realize I was in here. I'm streaming. It scared me. That's Jeff. I was in our work Discord. I forgot I was in there. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Well, you technically can't get... You can't get torn... or thunned just with Black and White 2. You need another game to do it. They're from Dream Radar. Good job, Jeff. I'm proud of you. I actually chose to do the early stream because I just kind of thought you wouldn't be awake. Daddy Longlegs are different in Australia and America, aren't they? In America, I think they're not spiders. They're called harvestmen. Yes, she does get scared of... She gets scared of American Daddy Longlegs. I'll tell you that. Listen, if there has to be any concern about... Like, you gotta understand. Spiders are just a hard no-go. No, they're not... They're not flies in America. They're like... I don't even know what they are. I think they're called harvestmen. They do look very spider-like. I live in Australia. Looking at a harvestman gave me the creeps. They're beans with legs. It's an appropriate description, Dark Void. No, she loves Pikmin. Pikmin's one of her favorite games. She literally just played through all of Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 again. Like, literally, like, last month. It's not that they're a problem, it's that if she sees them, they're scary. She would be terrified of any spider. I mean, she sees literally, like, spiders this big, and she's scared of them. Like, they're very tiny. Like, if she ever saw a huntsman, she'd literally have a heart attack. which, as far as I understand, are like they're like basically harmless little guys, right? I know about the bird eater. Huntsmans are bros. Australia is insane because it's pretty large, but like not that many people live there compared to how big it is. But I guess you guys just have an insane desert in the middle that like you can't live in. It's amazing that there's that many people living there to begin with, like, to be honest with you. We got a quick ball catch. Not rare, not common. Defense could be perfect, but I don't think special defense can be, so. Did anybody catch the US presidential debate last night? She was insane. As they always are. Ooh, 2 Dittos is quick. Pog. Dude, Trump at one point said, these people are voting and they can't even speak English. And I said, yeah. Like, I tweeted that quote, and then I said, yeah, in America, you don't need to speak English to vote. Like, it's there's no national language. Like, duh. Like, if you were and are the president, you should know and understand this. No. And someone goes, it's insane that you believe this. Someone said that to me. And they were like, the presidents only speak English. They go, you know, all the presidents speak in English. They do the debates in English. They're not going to be able to make an informed decision. And I'm like, have you never scrolled the TV? Like, in America, in New York anyway, if you scrolled, like, local channels, you would get, like, you would get a Spanish language channel, like, news channel, and at least some kind of Arabic language news channel where the casters would be translating what people said. It's like, the idea that people can't make an informed decision because they don't speak English is insane. It goes to show how, like, delusional people are. Like, they literally think that there's such a small Spanish or Arabic or Chinese population in America that there wouldn't be a dedicated news network for those languages. And it's like, no, there's so many people who speak that language that there's going to be like alternate language coverage of it. It's crazy. Trump saying he has a concept of a plan, being asked to what his plan was really funny. I like that I get to the Dems get to say the Republicans have an old candidate now. Ooh, he's so old. Should he hold office anymore? I mean, I'm really concerned about this guy's age. You know what I mean? It's easy to not realize those exist if you're stuck in your own world. Yep. But, like, I've come across them accidentally, like, while scrolling channels when I used to have television, you know? He also didn't answer any question, basically, the whole time. So many... dude, and the people on Trump's side were getting so pissy about... They were like, he's doing a 3v1. It's like, yeah, he's lying. He's making things up. And they're like, why isn't Kamala getting fact-checked? It's like, she isn't making stuff up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, he literally didn't... I don't know that he said anything truthful the entire time. It was crazy. And I'm like... And I actually thought the moderators went very light on him. I thought the moderators went insanely light on him. They would let him cut them off. They would let him cut them off. Like during the pets thing, when he was like, "Oh, they'll eat your pet." They're eating your pets. He goes, "Yeah, the city safety report said that there is no concern of this. There's been no actual reports of this." And Trump would cut him off while the guy is trying to fact check him. Trump would cut him off and go, no, it's true. I saw it on TV. I'm just saying what I saw on TV. And he's like, it's like, shut him up. Like, do not let him speak over you when you're fact checking him. Like, it's crazy. I think they did a bad job, and they still actually, and that was the most fact checking I've seen done in a debate in a really long time. That's really funny, Poop. I did see that poll. I thought it was just a troll. I saw it on a subreddit. I thought someone just photoshopped it. Yeah, what's up, Lucas? What do you need to know? I also see a lot of progressives getting very pissy about Kamala. But I think Kamala's like by far the most progressive person who's been up for the actual main presidential election ever. Like by a significant margin. Like I think she's pretty to the left of Joe Biden. She had to roll back a bunch of her positions to even get on Joe Biden's campaign to be his vice president. Like she had to roll back the fracking thing because she knew that it would make her an unwinnable candidate in Pennsylvania. You still don't trust either of them is a vote for least worst. I don't know. I think Kamala's a good candidate. I think unless you are a single issue voter, it's really not a least worst scenario because I think Trump is so unbelievably terrible. Like comparing him to Kamala, like what is bad about her? Like I could name a couple of bad things about her, but just because a candidate doesn't 100% align with my values doesn't mean she's terrible, right? You don't need to put any TID or SID into Pokefinder. It literally doesn't matter. Channel Jirachi makes up its own trainer ID and secret ID during the RNG process, or only its secret ID. The trainer ID is static. So the Channel Jirachi RNG algorithm takes that into account by itself. I mean, Kamala was like a Green New Deal sponsor. I think she has a lot of problems in regards to her past, specifically as a prosecutor, when she would prosecute people who smoked weed and stuff. I think that's, but in terms of her as like a representative, I think she was a pretty progressive representative. She was a Green New Deal sponsor. She did want a fracking ban. Reversed it, obviously, so she could win. You basically have to use painting, yes. Harris also took money from private prison owners to artificially link this. Doesn't surprise me. But I don't know. Like, the thing is, you say that about Kamala, right? And it's like, you know, go look at any Republican's position on prisons and what they've done with prison owners, and it's gonna be worse, unfortunately. it's like, that's like the sad truth of it. Like, it's gonna be like significantly worse. They want more people in jail for longer with less chance to get out. They want prisoners to never be able to vote. Like why can you, just because you're a prisoner, like, I'm thinking about this. I don't even understand why you lose the right to vote because you are in prison or convicted of a crime. Like, voting isn't a privilege. Why is it taken away from you because you are in jail? And like, I remember I was talking about this to a relative of mine, and I was like, they were like, well, they would want to vote for a person who would align with them being able to leave prison. And I go, okay, but they could do that before they go to jail. They could align with people who support their crimes, as many oil people do. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Been odd to see Democrats taking endorsements for Cheney, Romney, and the... All right, first of all, Dick Cheney is literally he's terrible. But it's pretty I think it's pretty clear to understand why they accept nominations from old Republican leaders. And it should be obvious to anyone who's American anyway. And the reason is, there is actually a large swath of Republicans who are not MAGA. They're like like they're just conservatives, which does make them bad people. But they are like not anti-democracy, right? Trump is literally like anti-democratic. So the reason they are accepting nominations from him is because they're trying to capitalize on the bunch of Republicans who turned away from the party. And they were people, these were the people who supported Cheney. These were the people who supported Romney, right? They're trying to capitalize on that vote. It's like a practicality thing. It's not compatible. I think you're making like a false equivalency, right? You're saying that 2000s neoconservatism is compatible with 2020's progressivism, but it's not. In this moment, the interests of neocons align because neocons like Cheney want the party back from Trump, who basically Trump basically took the Republican Party and turned it into something else that it didn't used to be. Right? And people like Cheney want the power back to what the party used to be, and by supporting Democrats and helping the Democrats win the election, they're going to get closer to that position. And the Democrats are accepting them because they are gaining more votes. It is election. It is just being pragmatic for the purposes of the election. Like it's like they basically align on one policy, right? And the policy is, do I believe literally in democracy? And it's like, on that they agree. Like, like, do I? And it's not even, yeah. So. I actually think this is a mostly fine conversation, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone has been unreasonable so far. In the 2000s, we were all told the neocons didn't believe in the concept of democracy. I mean, did you pay attention to anything that I just said? First of all, I said it's election pragmatism. Dick Cheney wants the power of his party to go back to his political ideals. It is currently, like, singularly controlled by Trump and his insane people. Like, him supporting Democrats gets him closer to that end goal. Like, if you look at the policies and positions of the 2024 Democratic Party, if you look at the positions that Kamala Harris is running on, it is significantly to the left of the 2000 Democrats, let alone the 2000 neocon Republicans. Okay, and then answer the other part of that. Cheney wants his faction back in control. You're literally not... You're paying attention to only half the statement I made. Pay attention to the other half, fuckhead. What's wrong with you? It's so insane. This is like an... You are like... Dude, people like you are sick. Why don't you answer the fucking thing that I said? I truly hate people like you. I hate you. I'm banning you. Fuck you. Don't want to answer my fucking questions. Just sign in. Ugh. I hate people like you. Pay attention to half the statement. Don't pay attention to the other half. Damn. Hey, that's fine. It's not a big deal. It's just very annoying. It's like... It's still a false equivalency. Like, the idea that they are compatible is insane. Like, you don't bring up to any policy positions that makes them compatible. It's like, okay, what about 2000 neocons and what about the Democratic Party of today is compatible? It's like there's no policy positions that are compatible. Like, the main thing that's compatible is that they both want power. Which is like, you know, of course that's concerning. But, like, that's not the same thing as, like, a policy position. I only know one thing about Australian politics, and it's that clip of that guy telling the Prime Minister to get off his lawn. That's the only thing I know about Australian politics. Dude, I never catch him in the quick ball. It never happens. Oops, I should have done the other way around. And it woke up. No, I didn't see it. Dude, the quick balls, I'm being horsed by them. It's a true fact. That's an insane clip. I've never even heard of that clip, Pyro, so that's awesome. I don't think the lucky egg has ever done anything in breeding. I've never heard of it passing natures. Attack's perfect. I don't think anything else is. In Black and White 2, Everstone's 100%. But in Black and White 1, it's not. It's 50. Yep. I understand it's going to take a while. No. They were talking about if I started with 6 IV parents, the odds of the egg are 1 in 64,000. Pokemon to get 5 or 6 perfect IVs is significantly rarer than 1 in 64,000. Or 6,400, excuse me. Significantly rare. It's like 1 in a million to get a Pokemon. It's like more than 1 in a million, but it's like 1 in a million to get a Pokemon with 5 perfect IVs. True, 0. I think it's better to just stay away from Twitter. Bad website, run by a bad person. Nope. Have I done the same concept with Gen 9? Yeah, my first Gen... I have 3 Gen 9 team building videos out, actually, at this point. My first one, I bred all of them. The best Ditto I found had perfect attack and perfect special attack, but that's useless to me. You're not even counting the nature, which you need to count, Elfan. For modern games, the easiest non-RNG way to get a perfect Ditto. For parents and SV Ditto, even raids, or is there a better way? Best way to get a perfect Ditto without RNG manips. You know what's funny? It might be... I think there's two options. It's either chaining for a Ditto in Gen 7, resetting for raids in Gen 8. I genuinely got a 5 IV 0 speed Ditto without RNG manips in Gen 8 from a den. I didn't do any RNG manips. I found it like that naturally. And then I would say mass transfer up from Gen 1 or 2 might actually be the fastest way. If you just, like, catch or clone, like, 1,000,000 Dittos in Gen 2. And then transfer an entire box up via Poke Transporter, that's got to be the fastest way, actually. Actually, that has to be the fastest way, because they're guaranteed 3 perfect IVs, right? So if you can transfer up, like, you transfer up 30 at a time. It depends on how fast cloning is. It's been so long since I've done GS cloning, I just don't remember. I did it a lot when I was a kid, but... Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I was under the impression that you couldn't do the clone glitch. You bring pre-work or pre-gen 6, you're getting perfect IVs, you just need to get super lucky. 3 IVs from the parents total are passed down, so 3 are random. That is how it works. Is there a way to RNG for shiny Drillbur and White 1? Yeah, you can RNG for the grass patch. For the shaking dust patch, excuse me. I never made a guide on it, but you could do it. I have like a quick guide in, I have a quick guide in the Discord pinned on how to do it. Two is my ideal scenario. 3, I mean, 3 would be great if I get lucky and I get a 3-er. What up, Ditto? Dude, I know they buffed Quick Ball from Gen 3 to Gen 4 to Gen 5, but it feels like it's worse. For the Ditto, no way. For the eggs, maybe. I mean, it's full odds, so it's just luck. I think both a 2 IV and a 3 IV Ditto are significantly more common than a shiny. Ugh. I mean, I'll keep going, don't you worry. I'm committed to the bit. Garbage Ditto. So funny, I always think of Black and White as a much faster paced game than Gen 4, but while I'm doing this hunt, all I can think about is how slow it feels. Could just be me being a little baby, but... Excuse me. I'm not a big bingo board gamer. Jeff is a bingo board user. I tend to not feel the need to introduce any gimmicks to my situation. I don't even, like, remember understanding that shinies exist. I definitely had a concept of what they were by Gen 3, but in Gen 2, I don't really know that I understood. Thank you, Darksness. The 33% chance to catch a Ditto in a quick ball giving you 50 Pokemon in the National Dex. I definitely have not. I think there's almost no way I caught 50 Pokemon in the National Dex. Okay, I've obtained 78, so I guess I have. Caught way more Pokemon than I thought in this playthrough. Why did I catch all these guys? Little me was like, wow, it's red, and continued. I think that's what I thought. Well, Quick Ball's multiplier only works on the first toss, so... Hey gamers, can we get some likes on the stream? We only have like 10 likes. If you're having a good time, hit the like button. It helps me out and it's free. Come on now. Thank you for the likes, gamers. Am I playing on Emu? No. The whole point is to not use hacks. Fast forwarding is a type of hack. Like, the whole point is to see how long this would actually take, not to fast forward through it. It's like those playthroughs that YouTubers will do. They'll be like, I played through Pokemon Diamond using only shiny Pokemon. And it's like they're speeding it up at 5,000% each time. It's like, shiny hunting Pokemon has exactly one challenging thing to it, right? And it's the patience. Do you have the patience to hunt for a very long time? Like, if you remove the time aspect, the one difficult thing about it goes away. So it's like you've not even done anything worth noting. I mean, some other, some shiny hunting methods obviously have difficulties to them, right? Like, it's not like radar hunting is easy, necessarily. I just click. Oh, my eyeballs itchy. I mean, if you're playing legitimately, this is how you do it. You just catch a bunch of Dittos. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fast forwarding. Like, do whatever makes it the most fun for you. So as Scarlet and Violet, shinies feel less impactful. They do not feel less impactful to me. Shinies have never felt impactful to me. I do not care about them one bit. And Scarlet and Violet doesn't have more shinies or more frequent shinies. You see more Pokemon. I think nobody who does multi-hunts in old gens can complain about the speed of Scarlet and Violet shinies. If you're doing multi-hunts, you're doing the same thing as fast forwarding. It's not that frequent. I have seen 2 shinies in my entire, 300 hours of Scarlet and Violet. For the record. Just to be clear here. I have caught a wild shiny Murkrow immediately. Like, before I even got to the first gym, I saw a shiny Murkrow. And then, after I beat the entire game, I caught a shiny, what was it? Low kicks. Those are the only shinies I caught naturally in that game. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, I caught more shinies without hunting. We have 1 perfect stat. That's it. Thank you, Ixis. Appreciate you. I think there's plenty of people who were definitely doing pure breeding, but black and white RNG manips were discovered immediately, so I think a lot of competitive players were doing that. The reason you go for Ditto is because... So, whenever I do things like this, I try to not view it from the perspective of one time. That's one of the reasons I always show the full team building process. And so in those team building videos that I do, And those team building videos that I do, people always get mad at me for starting from a fresh save file. But part of the reason that I start from a fresh save file is that if you are getting a competitive team for somebody, or for yourself, or anybody, you always are going to have to do those initial grinding phase at least once, right? You're always going to have to do that at least once. And so one of the reasons I'm doing Ditto is because maybe it would be faster to have accepted a 1IV Ditto and like gotten or just gotten 2 parents each with 1 IV or something like that, and then started chain breeding and just getting lucky and stuff like that. But the reason you go for Ditto is because Ditto can be used on multiple targets after your initial one. That's one of the reasons I do this. At this point, it might have been faster to accept like 3 different 1 IV Ditto, but it's hard to say because only 3 stats get passed down. And even if you're using the power items, you can only force 2 stats to be passed down. So it's not like it's that helpful. Like, I could catch a 1 IV Ditto and a 1 IV other parent, pass down both stats using the power items, and then I would have a 2 IV parent and a different 1 IV Ditto. But then, at that point, I'm just purely breeding eggs, hoping for exactly what I want to pop up. Yeah, you use the you do the method for the match call method. I have a video on it. It's using like a Japanese program, although there's one in English now. Yo, thank you for the 7 months, Pinky. Appreciate you. SR shiny hunting isn't exactly what you would call an engaging loop. Well, it is to some people. I agree that it's not particularly fun or engaging, but plenty of people like it. You wouldn't get people who dedicate their whole channel / like hobby to doing shiny hunting if it was just an ends to the means to them. Like people who full odds hunt, like, they aren't full odds hunting just as an ends to the means. Because if you're just doing an ends to the means, you do method hunts, right? It's definitely partially an ends to a means in that people just want the shiny gamers. But there's also people who just genuinely enjoy doing it. Defense is perfect, nothing else is. Oh. Bitcoin mining, change your view. I mean, your view doesn't matter, is I guess what I would say. Right? Having an opinion on the way someone else plays their video game is like so strange. Their single player experience, you know? Like, I don't actually even know what the value is in vocalizing it, other than to actively have a like respectful conversation with the shiny hunter to understand their point of view. Like, I would maybe be interested in speaking to a shiny hunter about like what is the experience that is enjoyable to them, but you have to be careful to be respectful, because if you're not respectful, if you say something like shiny hunting is Bitcoin mining, change my mind, right? Not only are you invoking like an insane right-wing meme in order to like ask that person a question, you're also effectively belittling their hobby by comparing it to like a person who sits up in an infinite computer loop. And it's like, if you want it, belittle their hobby, like if that's your goal, that's what you're doing, okay, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but like it just makes you a dick as long as you understand what you're doing. So it's like, you know, to me, there's no reason to not be respectful. And to talk to people like they're humans, because I'm sure that you are doing something you're sitting in a Pokemon chat right now, talking to me, who is resetting for a fucking Ditto infinitely, and then you did the math on how long it's going to take me to get a Ditto. Like, someone would definitely think that what you're doing is weird. You know what I'm saying? To me, there is no journey in a shiny hunt. The journey plus, what is the journey? The journey is me sitting there resetting. I don't feel an attachment to that journey. Like, I don't think that enough strange things happen for a journey, for that to be counted as a journey for me. Upside. Like, I hear a lot of shiny hunters say the journey, but it doesn't mean anything to me. See, I think a prerequisite for enjoying shiny hunting is you have to like shinies. Like, you have to care about shinies, which is just something that I do not. Like, at the end of this journey, I won't have regretted my time, and it will have been interesting to me because I value a Pokemon with 5 IVs. Something a shiny hunter might not. Which is totally fine, by the way. We have 274s again. It's checking moment. Like, for me, whenever this feel is done, I feel a relief, like, thank God it's over, rather than, wow, I feel great about the stuff that I've done. Because I tend to enjoy things that are... I tend to not enjoy gambling, and I tend to enjoy, like, execution skill and stuff. Yeah, Thomas, it is. Ugh, it's only one perfect stat. That was 31 for special defense and 30 for speed. That's our second false positive today on Fort. We've had 3 false positives total. I think one of the best appeals of shiny hunting is that you can do it while doing other stuff. It takes a lot of I disagree. Time invested in something does not make something feel more meaningful at all. Right? Time invested is only something if it's like something that I can improve at. So like my time invested into programming feels good because my time invested into it, I now have noticeable improvement at that thing. I have improved at a skill. I've improved at something in my life, right? Shiny hunting isn't something that I improve at. Like if the thing that I'm doing is exclusively a time sink to get something, but it does not make me superior at something, then I don't gain value from it. Shiny hunting does have other things other than just a time sink alone, right? If you don't enjoy the act of shiny hunting, it will teach you patience. 24. Wait. The boosted stat was pretty high. Oh no, 73. Invested doesn't make something more meaningful at all. How does that differ from your Bitcoin claim? Because I'm specifically talking about my perspective on it. I'm not applying my perspective to other people. Someone else might find investing time. Hey, Clefable. Might find it that investing time grants value for them. The Bitcoin comparison, from my perspective, is exclusively a way to speak down to somebody. Would you start from the e-reader programming? I started with e-reader programming. I had no background in programming or assembly. I went to school to be a pastry chef. What's valuable to someone is completely subjective. Yeah, I agree. I was just explaining my perspective on value, is that time invested is not something that I value. You weren't making a normative claim. I think that the way that you're applying it, it is just like Bitcoin mining. Comes inherent with a claim. Because, like, to me, like... I can't believe I just got 2 patches. What the heck? But that's not... That's a false equivalency, too. That's not what Bitcoin mining is. I thought Bitcoin mining was exclusively a... like, a power thing. Like, if your machine is the best... Yes. Oh, fuck. I minimized the vertical chat a while ago by accident. What's going on, vertical chat? My bad. That's awesome, 413. I know a lot of people think that I'm, like, more knowledgeable or better than I actually have, like, a very big, I don't know what... Yeah, it is Beatus. It's 2 fully different streams. Okay, how do I explain? A lot of people think that I am, like, some... programming, I'm very intelligent with programming or something. Like, people will reach out and ask me questions about Gen 4 or like other video games or programming in general. It's like, and I feel like I've led people on to this false idea that I am like intelligent in a meaningful way as to computer science in general. Like, I don't even know that I necessarily have the fundamentals down of, like, how you're supposed to organize and how you're supposed to set up a workflow or how you're supposed to do something. Do you know what I mean? So, but, like, I am not an expert. I am not, like, good at what I've done. You know, if that makes sense. What are we looking for right now? A Ditto with 2 perfect stats. This has been going on for 4 hours and 30 minutes and 387 resets. Oh, I want to go farther. Okay, wait. I do love this song, but we're out of my playlist. I mean, my ultimate goal is I want to make a retro video game. I want to program something for the Game Boy or for the Game Boy Advanced. But I'm having trouble starting on it. That's actually what some of these books behind me are. They're like stuff on Z80 assembly. Oh, I don't... Wait, the timer isn't... What? I didn't stop the time. Something's wrong with it. I can't fix it. 4:32:32. That's weird. It like crashed, I think. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be combative. There we go. I know it's different. It's really not that different from what I've looked into it. The idea is this is an actual textbook that can teach me computer like principles of programming properly. I don't want to use Game Boy Studio. I'm not interested in it. What did you learn? Most of the stuff you used in video is CS related. What did I learn to do most of the computer science videos? I will tell you. It was basically one website. There we go. Let's do I have internet on here? I don't. This is GBA tech. It documents. This is the thumb instruction summary for the GBA. This is what I used. I would look at this, see how these functions work. It explains how they work here. And then if I didn't understand something, I would go into my group chat with Riley and Xiao, and I would go, Xiao, what the fuck does this mean? Explain, help. And Xiao would type out to me what it meant. I literally could not have done it without Xiao, I don't think. Xiao and Riley were, like, instrumental in helping me understand how thumb worked as a concept. That's why I always credit them at the end of the videos. And B, that's one of the reasons I set up the e-reader chat in my Discord, was because if someone else wants help doing something with the e-reader with the thumb assembly, like, I want to be able to pass on the tutelage that Xiao granted me. Like, I want to be able to... I am not as knowledgeable as Xiao or as smart as Xiao, but, like, I feel like I have a reasonable enough amount of knowledge at this point to explain to people how you can do stuff in thumb. For Pokemon Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire specifically, anyway. And so, like, I want to be able to help them the way that he helped me. If I can even do a fraction of what he did to me. Because, like, I genuinely view it... Yeah, thumb was Xiao's concept. Because I was originally just going to do ARM, and Xiao goes, no, you should do thumb, because it's 16-bit instructions, and the 32-bit instructions aren't going to help you that much from ARM. Xiao's pretty damn smart. Xiao has to be one of the smartest people I know. He sent me a paper that he worked on. Dude, it was insane. I like, could barely understand it. It was truly insane. I don't want to really talk about anything that it had to do with, because I don't want it would probably dox him. But, yeah. The paper... Dude, it was so insane. Xiao literally changed my life. Like, the amount of confidence I gained from being able from learning to program with him, like, explaining to me for different thumb things and stuff like that, the amount of confidence he gave me, like, self-belief that, like, I can do other things, like, that unlocked a new cell in my mind. And it also, like, unlocked a fully new avenue for this YouTube channel to talk about the more technical aspects of stuff. I've made 3 or 4 e-reader videos at this point. No, I've made 5, actually. Where I actively did programming stuff in the videos. And it's like, those are 4, like, those videos have gained me a lot of subscribers. They've made me some decent amount of money. Like, they've changed the trajectory of my channel, which is my current career. And they've given me personally more confidence to branch out and do different things. So yeah, literally both of you and Xiao changed my life. Like, Riley, you forget how helpful that, because you haven't been as involved as Xiao has been in the last few projects, but like, you were instrumental. You were literally the one who wrote the first version of the setbox on data code. Like, you wrote the first code for that. And like, you were like literally fully instrumental in me understanding how the byte encoding for the things work and like how the LDR instructions work and stuff like that. Oh, I just clicked focus punch. Uh-oh. Oh, goodbye. I hope this Ditto wasn't the one. Thumb was developed at Nintendo's request by the ARM company? Oh. That makes sense, because if you ever look at the disassembly, or no, excuse me, it's not the disassembly. If you ever look at the byte code for any of the built-in functions for Poke Emerald, they are actually all thumb. Like, the compiler was compiling C to thumb for the Gen 3 Pokemon games. Well, I don't think they were written in thumb. I think they were mostly written in C. Oh, yeah, compiled. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like, Emerald was definitely compiled into thumb. I can look at a lot of the bytecode, because since I wasn't using a, like, assembler for a really long time, I wrote all of my code in thumb. Well, I guess ARM Converter is like an assembler. It's just kind of a shitty assembler. But I had to do all of, like, the manual LDRs myself. And so I very quickly learned what different things mean. Like, I was basically able to naturally learn what, I think part of the problem I've had with learning, I'm very scared to learn a new language, I guess, for programming. Like, when I had, every time I've started on researching Game Boy game stuff, like, I'll hit a bump in the road and it will be hard to find the information myself. And, like, I don't have someone to help me, like, with Xiao, so I get nervous that I can't do it without a guiding person. So I've been slower on the uptake to be able to, like, create anything than I would like. And, like, I'm sort of psyched myself. And also, I spend all day at my computer, so it's hard for me to want to go back to my computer in the evening after dinner to, like, motivate myself to do more stuff with programming. I'll see when I get there. I don't know. Am I not getting bored? I don't know. Actually, I'm more worried about my posture. My back's hurting because I'm, like, not sitting well. But my chair, I don't know if my chair's broken or if I'm just too fat, but it leans too far back. I don't want it to be leaning so far back, because now I'm far. Now I'm far from you fellows. Quick ball rate was 1146. That's pretty close to 33%, isn't it? 33% would have been what? 12 out of 46? No, 12 times 3 is like 36. Actually, that's pretty bad. $81 is perfect. No, nothing else is perfect. Dang it. I was coping so hard. It's just a shame they don't keep more of the moving 2D sprites going forward. Yeah, I don't know. To me, black and white is the best art style they've ever had. But I do think they look pretty good in Scarlet and Violet. I'm sad that they even removed pixel art from the menus. Like in Sword and Shield, every single Pokemon got a really gorgeous 2D menu sprite. That was, I really liked. They now replaced it with just like drawn images. Which I think are less charming than those sprites. Took them a really long time to fix those awful bland 3D models. I think it just feels like it took a long time to fix those 3D models. Because on the 3DS, the 3D models look totally fine. I think objecting to how they look on the 3DS is a bit silly. But we basically had one game on the Switch. Because I think they look pretty good in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well. Sword and Shield is really where things don't look great. I think. I'm officially out of this playlist, but I don't know what else I want to listen to. Is it Wii Shop Wednesday time? No, it's Thursday. It's not Thursday.
Matt! Yeah? Update day! What? New Wii titles. What? I'm in the bathroom. Update day for the Wii Shopping Channel. It's funny because normally they do it at midnight, but it's like 11. It's like 11:15. What time is it in Japan? Fucking turn that up. I love that grooving. What kind of music is that? Like a bossa nova beat? Makes me really want to just croon it. This is such a danceable song. You know what we should do? We should write a song for our act with titles of Wii games.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Because everybody knows about the Wii Shopping Channel,
Yeah.
and everybody loves to shop on it every Wednesday. So what we'll do is we'll write a theme song for the Wii Shopping Channel. Look, watch this. Watch this. You can sing to the titles of the Super Mario RPG, Super Mario 3, Mega Man, Neo Turf Masters, Breakin' Star. You know what I mean, Jared?
Yeah.
Like every star, you say the lyrics of the.
Let me try one.
Super Mario RPG, Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3, Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2, King's Knight, Ditto, Juman Fu, Harvest Moon,
You write this song?
League Puzzle Pokemon, Toe Jam and Earl and Panic on Funkotron. Castlevania, Fatal Fury, Ninja Judge, Mario Comet, Razor Blazing, Lasers, Bases Loaded, Mega Turrican, Cybernator, Rolling Thunder, Dynastic Hero, Bubble Bobble, Double Dribble, Double Dragon, F-Zero,
I get it. You memorize the song.
F-Zero X, and Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 3. Who's in USA?
Fucking love that shit, dude. The Wii Shop Wednesday. Ooh. Let's put on some pirate music. Ninja Gaiden. He's saying Ninja Gaiden, but it's Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden is how it's pronounced. Wait, why is this looped forever? Where's the good version? I do really like this game. Such a shame they removed. Ditto's at 15%, but I'm repel tricking it to make it more common, but I don't know what. I don't know what repel tricking it makes it. I don't really know how repel trick affects encounter rates, to be honest with you. Why is this live stream vertical instead of horizontal? I have 2 live streams going. There's a vertical one and there's a horizontal one. Horizontal is so that shows up in the YouTube short stream. Or vertical is so it to show up in the YouTube short stream for phone users and other random people, and horizontal is for everyone else. I don't know why I can't say them both correctly. Just throw a ball. Why the heck did I do that? Chances for the Dittos I'm looking for? I don't know. It's not that rare. My lips look very funny on the camera when I do that. I wonder if it's because it's 60 FPS. It's so funny. I feel like a little kid. Oh, I already caught 3 Dittos? I didn't even realize. Why'd I switch to a Ditto? What's happening? My brain isn't working. Oops, I false swiped again. It counts as a song? I guess we had to go check the PC. Garbage stats. There is not a way to RNG Reggie Drago or Reggie Lucky. Do you think it will be in the future? What? I think what will be in the future? Dang it. No. It will never be possible. Looking for a Ditto with 2 perfect stats. I'm being horsed by the game. Yep, there's a lot of things crypto locked in Sword and Shield. No idea. No idea about nicknames. Haven't thought that far ahead. I'm still focused solely on Ditto. Nope. In this gen, hidden abilities can only be passed down through mothers, not Dittos. Hey Blisy, first time having on your stream. Love, super interesting content overall, and also Ratchet Clank 3's OST is peak. I don't know if it's peak, but I really like the Starship Phoenix song. I don't remember any other of the songs on the top of my head, but I used to play so much time just jumping around Starship Phoenix. I don't know if Ditto can pass down a hidden ability in other gens, but eventually Ditto starts letting males pass down hidden abilities. The first Ratchet and Clank soundtrack is so good. Damn, dude. Oh, on fort. Whew. Any 2 IVs to be perfect. This is all I'm looking for. I need 2 of them to be 74. With the Shining Sableye. Nope, it's different. It's only 3 IVs passed down. Five IVs being passed down is the Destiny Knot item in 6th gen and onward. Nothing there. Alright, I'm actually gonna call it for today. I'm getting tired of this, so I will be back tomorrow with another one. Alright, later.